Hi there, strugglers and faders and former J-dubs and all escapees from cult mind control. I had something cool happen to me today. I wanted to share it with you. And it also kind of made me think about building up a resistance, building up a strength of heart and of character when we get shunned or ignored or marginalized due to the Watchtower's human rights violations, due to their shunning policies which cause people to commit suicide every year. I'm not going to do that. You're not going to do that, because what we're going to do is we're going to build up our strength and our tolerance. And really, one thing I have to keep reminding myself is these individual Jehovah's Witnesses and even Amish, stricter Mormons, Scientologists, they have been conditioned to think that if you leave their group, if you leave their club, you're now the enemy. You are the devil, you are demonized, you are satanic, you are not to be trusted. You see, they've had that indoctrination. We used to have it. You can probably relate to that. And so because of that, we want to cut them some slack. We want to say, okay, you know what? As an individual, this is probably a nice person. They think they're doing the right thing. They think they're following God's laws or God's will. So I've been trying to work on that, not have animosity towards any individual witnesses that do that fake, walk right past me, pretend they don't see me. It happens almost every single day, because I go to the gym and there's several witnesses that go to that gym and they walk right past me. And finally, then it's the market after that when I buy my vegetables. Finally I'm starting to realize that they're just trying to do their best and they're ignorant of they just don't know. Anyways, I had this great conversation with a young man today. I used to know him in my former congregation from several years ago when I was an elder and he was a young kid, and I did some mentoring with him and, had him do some odd jobs for me and things like that. So this young fellow, about a year ago, out of the blue, he texted me. And, it was great to hear from him. He never got baptized, but of course he was mentally completely in, and he lived with his grandparents who, pretty much if you stay there, you're going to have to, go to the meetings and do all the witness stuff. So now here he is. He's a young man. He's out on his own. And about a year ago, he texted me and we catch up a little bit. I'm kind of excited. I live a couple hours away now from, where I used to live. And I'm in a very beautiful touristy coastal area. And I said, hey, come out this way, because everybody that lives over there wants to get out of the heat and come be a tourist at the coast. I said, come over this way, we'll hang out, we'll get reacquainted. And he said, yeah, sounds good. And then, a few days went by, weeks went by, and I texted him here and there, and I never got a single response back from him. And I thought, well, that's it. His grandparents or somebody got to him, and now he's just gonna ignore me, like hundreds of other former friends have. So initially, this all happened about a year ago. I sort of took it wrong. Maybe I started to, there was a little period there where I was like, boo-hoo me, another one's pretending they don't know me. And, but then I got over it. So anyways, I'm finally getting to the good part. Out of the blue, he texts me today and he says, hey, how you doing? Guess what? I'm coming to your area in a couple of weeks, and maybe we can get together. And I'm surprised, and I said, that's great, that's wonderful, I'd love to catch up with you. And I said, by the way, I thought, we had texted so long ago and I never heard back from you, and I just figured you probably had just written me off. And he says, oh, no, I'm sorry. I got this huge job. I'm out in the hills. I'm working 12 hours a day. No cell service. I think he was doing some kind of wrangling or cowboy kind of thing. Anyways, he said I had no cell service, and he said I just pretty much, all I've been doing is working for the last year out in the middle of nowhere. And he goes, please don't take it personally. So I thought, that's great. Here he is. He's going to come over my way in a couple of weeks. We're going to hang out. And yet another, I'm going to call him an ex-J-Dub, because he's freed his mind up mentally from texting him, I can tell. He's starting to think for himself now. Here he is, a young man. I think he's about 20, 19. So this is what happens. Sometimes we tell ourselves, or we psych ourselves out, like I did a little bit, and think that, everybody's shunning us, everybody hates us. And really, this fellow wants to get reacquainted. And, just about a few months ago, out of the blue, I had another former teen from that same congregation call me up and say, wait, I saw you. Are you JWStruggle? Are you Eric? Are you Eric Bodorf? Because I remember, when you were in my congregation, I'm so stoked. I'm so, and of course, we talked, probably over an hour, and he's totally out. His dad's out. A couple other of his young friends are out. He's got a music career. So, it's great to hear what happens to people, and maybe we can do that more. Once we get out, try to reconnect with folks that are, that we knew in the past, that maybe are DF now, or that, were DF'd and, or have just faded away. You might be surprised. A lot of people that are associated with the witnesses, you know what? They just want to live their lives. They don't want to be shunners. They don't want to be haters. It goes against people's human nature. It goes against our natural, just sense of right and wrong to do it in the first place. It goes against a person's instincts to just walk past somebody at the gym, walk past somebody at the department store, or wherever it is, and pretend they don't see you. Especially when you had a good relationship with them, things were amiable, or in my case, I had all these people that, looked up to me and said, oh, you're such a good speaker, and you're such a great elder, and all that. And then all of a sudden you see people know that what they're doing isn't really right, and so they're self-conscious about it. These witnesses are self-conscious about it while they're doing it, because that inner alarm is going off. Ding, 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 ding. It's going off, but they're carrying out the edicts. And I love that word, because it's a religious instruction. It's a religious command. They're carrying out the edicts of Governing Body 2.0, of this hardcore Anthony Morris III mentality, where they're clamping down and hammering down on anybody that even talks or emails or texts a disfellowship family member. So let's keep it up. Let's keep talking to people. Let's keep reaching out. Don't be afraid to just reach out to these people and to say hello to them. It's not that we're trying to have some big chip on our shoulder. No. Reach out to these people. A lot of these Jehovah's Witnesses, they want to do the right thing. Let's give them a chance to do the right thing. And let's help free as many of them as we can, and show them that we're happy, we're normal, we're not angry, we're not bitter, we're not mad at them. I guess I repeat myself sometimes. I say that over and over, but it seems to be a way that we can show them who we are. And we can show them that what they are doing is not in line with human rights and with human nature. So, something to think about. I hope I haven't bored you too much. Talk to you next time.